Hi, everybody. I'm Janet Kadow, and this is my live stream. We're going to be doing readings today. So, anybody who is interested in getting a reading, go ahead and post your question in the chat, and we'll do that. We'll do a reading on it. Anyway, so I wanted to talk a little bit about intuition and working with that. Also, so when you have a strong intuition, when you're connected to your inner knowing, you are always going to have, a way forward. You're always going to find inspiration. You'll get an answer. You will be able to know basically how things are going to turn out. And this can be very unconscious. And so, even for those of you who think you're not psychic, you are. You are psychic. You're not. Everybody's born with it. It just depends on how it manifests for you, how it works for you, as to how, you know, um, it's going to show up. So some people find it difficult to tune into their intuition. Hi, Ishi Kasawa? Ishi Kasawa? Nice to see you. Welcome. So if you're tuned into your intuition, you can get the answers, but the answers can come differently for different people. But, it doesn't have to come abruptly or real strong. Your intuition is a very soft, subtle energy, and it can come as a feeling, a thought, either an emotional feeling or even a physical feeling. It can come as a word or a sound, something like that, or a vision. Even a color can be an answer to a question. It's just a matter of getting to know your own intuition and how that works. The thing about intuition is that the mental field blocks it. So intuition works on what they call the right side of the brain, right? The creative side, the part of your brain that's holistic, the part of your brain that is more intuitive or inspired, and so on. So that part of your brain, thank you, I am. You're welcome to post any kind of question you have, and I'll do a reading on it if you like. So that part of your brain, so when you're in the mental field, the logical side of the brain, the, mathematical side of the brain, the linear side of the brain, your intuition will be probably overruled by that. So you have to switch to the more intuitive side, the more creative side of your brain, in order to receive information from your intuition. And to me, your intuition is connected to your soul, to your, everything you've known and all the lifetimes you've lived, and your soul is connected to the universe, the physical universe, as well as the heavenly universe, and so on. So your intuition will take you to all the things you want to know about, if you allow it, if you let go of all the logical thinking, let go of all the feelings of, this is not right, I don't believe it, all the doubts and fears are also in that side of the brain. When we're open and we're allowing and we're connecting into our intuition, everything is possible. There are no boundaries. We're connected to all things. We're connected to our soul's wisdom. So that's why artists are very intuitive, because they're working from that side of the brain. And when you're in meditation, your intuition can speak to you there. But some people have difficulty sitting still to meditate. So, what I suggest is that you meditate when you're taking a walk, you're meditating when you're driving a car, you're meditating when you're doing something by rote, like doing the dishes. So think about meditation in different ways. Anytime you're in a relaxed state of mind, your meditation, your intuition can be accessed. But when you're in an overactive, logical state of mind or a state of mind in fear, worry, doubt, your intuition will not be as easily accessible. So also remember your intuition is a very soft voice. It's a very quiet voice. It doesn't, it's not the loud, abrupt, demanding energy that your mental field is. It's soft, it's quiet, and you do have to be quiet to hear it. So that's a little insight on that. So one things that I recommend for everybody, yes, I'll get your question. Issues, issue, sorry, I'm a little dyslexic. Ishikasawa. Ishikasawa. Lovely name. Okay. I'm talking to a guy the past few days. I wanted to ask if my spirits have any message about this connection. I'll be happy to do that for you. Let me just finish up and give a couple tips on how to connect with your intuition. So, one thing that I recommend always at the beginning of working with your intuition is to just follow through on it. If you get the nudge or the feeling or the inspiration to call somebody, call them. If you're getting the nudge, the inspiration or something or feeling about, getting a certain thing at the store that you think you don't need, do it anyway. Start following through with all those tiny little nudges that you get. And again, a nudge can come as a thought, a feeling, a word, an image, or a color in your mind, whatever that is. So just, make a deal with yourself one morning. Today I'm going to follow my intuition no matter what. And once you start listening to it, then it will get louder, it'll get stronger. And then once it gets louder and stronger, then you can put into practice getting answers on purpose. So I've done all this. I've learned how to build intuition. I've learned how to connect with spirit guides. It wasn't something that I was born knowing how to do. I had to learn it and practice it. But I do believe everybody can do that. And I do believe that everybody's already connected. It's just a matter of getting that insight, getting, that, putting it into practice. Because even though it seems like a very wishy-washy, airy-fairy, unstructured thing, to be psychic, like it just happens spontaneously, it's really not. It requires discipline. It requires practice. It requires attention. And those things will help build it for you. Of course, I teach it. And I teach it privately, and I also have classes going. I have a tarot class going, and you're welcome to join that. It's called Tarot and Spirit, and I do believe it's on my website. Pay no attention to the deadline. Just message me if you want to join. Okay, now we can get to your question. So, if you could give me just like an initial, either first or last name, just one letter of the guy, Ishikasawa. If you could just give me one letter, either the first initial of the first name or the first initial of the last name, that's fine. I just needed to get a little more on this person, because there's actually a couple people around you that I think one's pretty good for you, and one is okay, and one is So you've only been talking to him for the past couple days. Let me ask the guides what they want to say about it. Well, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think he's really a nice person, but I'm not sure he's really going to do it for you. Um, there is someone coming in your life very soon, within the next few months, who is a great match for you. And he has a really, really positive energy, very kind, and has a fun. He's very outgoing. He's the way I'm seeing him is just like this bright light around him. So he has a very big aura. He has a very big energy. He is somebody who's very fun to be with, and I'm just asking. He'll really like being with you, and that's a great thing, obviously. It does look like he's a little bit in the distance, like you have a little bit of a commute to see each other, but that's okay. Spirit is recommending that you go slow in the relationship. Take your time, let it unfold. Remember that the beginning of a relationship is sort of like, yeah, I know. Well, you know how some guys are. Anyway, remember that the beginning of a relationship, you're really building a foundation of trust, and so that's why it's really good to go slow in the beginning. Go slow with your, all the things that you share. Um, and go slow with your intimacy, either mental or physical intimacy. You're building like a whole big foundation of trust. And the longer that you take building that foundation, the stronger and longer term your relationship will be. That's like the rule of thumb. So I had one teacher who would say, 12 dates before getting physical. And I don't know if that's possible or if that's desirable in this time and age, but do think of slow, boom, boom, we're building trust. Because there's nothing sexier in a relationship than trust. Nothing. So it's more powerful than love, more powerful than romance, more powerful than chemistry. It sounds boring, but it's very important. Okay. Very good. Love it. Thank you for your question. He's going to be he's going to be cute. He's going to be really, really cute, by the way. You're going to think he's adorable. So, but remember, put the brakes on. Don't go crazy. Okay. Ananya. Okay. Hi, welcome back. So good to see everybody. Yeah, 12. Yeah, Tamika, 12. I know. I was thinking about that. I don't think I've ever gone 12 dates, but it's been a while. And if he was really cute, I don't know. Anyway, enough of that. Let's see. Ananya, I'll complete my graduation by the 1st half of July. Congratulations. That's so exciting. Your supervisor is really the one who's delaying the process. He's making it very difficult for you. So what's your question? About your supervisor or about your job or about give me something specific to jump off of. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. It's so good to see everyone. It is always so unnerving to start these lives and not have anybody on. So you have no idea what a relief it is to see everybody. Okay. So, but I'm wondering, like your question is, he's delaying the process. So, but your graduation date's already in place, I assume. So you're wondering about after you graduate, are you going to get a different job? Are you going to work? I need a question that's a little more specific. How about how to deal with him? Do you want that? That's a good question. How to deal with your boss who's making it difficult? Oof. Let's see what they say about dealing with your boss. Is he afraid of losing you as an employee? That's what it looks like. That's the first thing that comes up. He's afraid of losing you, so he's delaying things. You must be a really good employee. So I'm asking the guys what to do about this so he doesn't delay it again. You're going to have to butter him up a little bit. And by saying things like, I wouldn't have been able to do this without you. You're such a great boss. Things like that. Butter him up. Tell him how grateful you are for his support in your journey. Tell him what a great guy he is. That kind of stuff, appreciation stuff without going over the top. But it does look like if you're super, give him credit for it. Yeah. Give him credit for all of your success. And I don't think he's going to hold you back anymore. Okay. I hope that works. It looks like, the symbolism they're showing me is bring a gift, give him a gift, something kind of cute and sweet. But I think that's just a symbol. I don't think they're actually saying to give him a gift. But if it strikes you, go ahead, bring him a donut or something. I don't know. A bagel, a coffee. Yes, the male ego. But they fooled like a house of cards when they're buttered up. I apologize to all the men watching, which I don't think there are any. Okay. Yeah, just give him credit. Like, there's no skin off your nose. And you need to get out. You need to graduate. So, and truth is, you had the job and it's been a help to get you through. So, it's not a lie. Good luck. All right, who's next? We don't have a lot of viewers, so be happy to answer any other questions or, even if you've already asked one. But Tamika, you haven't asked one yet, my darling. I'm so curious of what you have going on today. Next week, I'm going to do next week, which will be on my own because it's going to be 4th of July. But I'm going to do it anyway because I promised to do it every Saturday at this time. I promise to live stream every Saturday at this time for the foreseeable future. I have 3 of them scheduled, this one and 2 more scheduled already. I'm so devoted. Plus, I love doing it, but it's just sometimes I don't like scheduling them. I don't like the paperwork. Okay. I think that's a great question that you're, how do you get over this and focus on the positive? So I'm going to answer the broader question, then I'm going to answer the more specific question. So when bad things happen, there's a reason for it, right? They say, oh, there's a reason for everything, right? And we don't know what the reason is until it's over with. It's like when something crappy happens, like you break your foot and you're laid up for weeks and you can't go to work or you can't do, the things you normally do. Think about how it's benefiting you. And this sounds really hard to do when you're in the moment. So sometimes you can't do it because you're so emotionally wrapped up in the difficulty of the moment that you can't just think like, oh, well, I get to lay around in bed and binge watch, Netflix or whatever. So, but that doesn't really seem like much of a benefit. It won't be till months, years after the fact that that you're going to see how it benefited you. I mean, like going through cancer, I didn't see in the moment how it was benefiting me until like 5 years later. So it's going to take a while for you to recover and deal with the trauma of it and deal with the difficulty of any problem based on, in the moment. So, my beautiful Tamika, one of the things that my guide does is like every time I hear some bad news, I'm like, some corrupt person doing some very corrupt thing in this time, of history, when all the truths are being revealed and all the secrets are being revealed and everything is bubbling to the surface, they're playing with fire. Like, this is dicey. You don't want to have a bunch of skeletons in your closet with social media recording everything that's going on in this world. So, when corrupt people get into power now, from this time forward, they're going to be exposing themselves. And I know it seems like nobody's getting any kind of accountability, but the accountability is coming. And so I want you to sit back and go, good luck with that, because it's not going to work out well. The earth has changed in such a way, and we see it in social media, and we're exposing everything. We're exposing abusers, we're exposing all kinds of crime and corruption. And it may not be hitting the collective consciousness yet, not on a large scale, but it will, and it's coming much faster than we think. That corrupt people can no longer hold power. And think of it as the truth bubbling up to the surface and just dissipating all the horrible, terrible crimes that other people are doing to other people. And so that's what's happening. Like, we are getting more and more of the truth coming out. And again, it may not look like accountability is happening, but it will. And what our consciousness is used to and the shifts that are coming it's going to be volatile, and it's already getting there. I mean, we're basically sitting on a volcano that's rumbling beneath our feet, and it's going to be popping up. I don't have a timeline so much, but I do know it's coming quicker than we think. That's all I know. So I know we're all a little exhausted and tired of scammers and tired of BS and tired of, you know, um, whether it's the collective media AI stuff or, people telling stories that aren't true or whatever it is. We are getting sick and tired of it, and we're exhausted from it. But that doesn't matter because it's still coming up. So we're not making it appear. We're not revealing the truth. The truth will be revealed. Again, we can't stop it. It's like a volcano. So it's already happening. And not only is it revealed, but there will be accountability. And that's the way the earth is shifting. It just is. It's happening. So trust that process and know that the people that get into power based on lying and cheating and, breaking bribery laws or whatever, that it's not going to happen for them. There's not going to be any endurance. The earth isn't holding that up. And when we look at the way the earth is really shifting and look at the greater picture, the bigger picture, we can see that more and more individuals and communities are shifting in ways that uphold life affirming morals and objectives versus the things that tear apart life, balance, harmony, all the good stuff. So keep that in mind. I hope that helps. So basically, you can sit back and go, okay, let's watch this shit show. I don't know if I should have said the S word on live, but let's just sit back and watch and see what happens. Because I guarantee you, it's not going to last. It's so funny because people used to hide in the shadows if they had secrets. They don't do that anymore. They decide to take center stage. Good luck with that. Anyway. Okay, any other questions, comments? You're very, very welcome. Yes, that's true. There's a poop show. We could say poop. I guess so. On every dang channel. Yes. So stay off the channels and keep your eye out for the good news. And there's so much good news, scientific good news, environmental good news. If we keep our eye on politics, but put our attention and focus on the amazing good news, like that Artemis 2 just took me into a whole new frame of mind. Artemis 2 and Kelsey rowing across the Pacific and, all the wonderful things that humanity is doing on behalf of nature and animals and the environment. And, we're making a lot of progress. Agreed. The governments that are built on corruption will crumble because corruption has no foundation. It just will, and much faster than we think. I hope that helps. Look up good news every now and then. There's plenty of it, and we're not focused on it because we're in this energy of this high intense, energy that's this survival mode. of trying to understand how to navigate this very weird political things that are going on, that we can't get into the non-survival mode stuff, but we have to in order to hold the energy for the future, in order to hold the vision for a future of harmony and beautiful environment and happy, scientific breakthroughs that'll keep us healthy and finding more wonders in the universe. So exciting. We have an exciting future ahead. I promise. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, your job built parts for the Artemis too. Yeah. To me, that's so cool. That is so cool. Wow. Wonderful. Anybody else have any questions or comments? I'm kind of rattling on because we don't have a lot of viewers today. So call your friends and tell them to check me out and come and ask a question. Here's Jasmine. You can ask whatever you like. The only thing I don't do readings on, just FYI, is I don't do readings on people who haven't requested one. So if you want to know if he loves you or if whatever he's thinking, I won't get into his mind. I won't try to figure out what he's feeling. But I will ask about your relationship and anything you need to know about that. I'll ask about your work and anything you need to know about that. I'll ask about your health and anything you need to know about that. But as long as you're aware that I'm not a doctor, and you should always see your doctor, like get the science behind it. Good. And what do you want to know about your work, my love? So ask a question like, what do I need to know about? Am I staying? Am I going? Am I getting a new job? That kind of stuff? That's what I need to know. It would help to know what kind of work you do, if you're willing to give me a general idea. Project manager. When will I get my clients? Oh, you're going to be a consultant, or you are a consultant. Did you just start? I'm seeing you getting somebody at the end of July that looks really promising. It's a very big client. They have a big company. So when I see something that's big, they show me like a big building. Hi, Jean. There you are, hiding. So it looks like you're going to get a big client, a big company. But it looks like they're a big company with kind of I don't know if this makes sense, but they don't have a lot of employees. What they're showing me is a big building, but it's kind of empty. So it's either they're growing into the building or they've cut back. And there's a man you're going to work with in particular who's going to hire you on as a consultant. He's a good guy, straight up, very abrupt and not warm and fuzzy, but you don't need that. And you're going to like it. You're going to it's a good start for a consulting business. I don't know how long. It looks more like maybe a couple months worth of work. Could potentially go a little longer, but keep in mind that you're, to keep fishing for other clients. There's going to be more work for you that'll feel a little more stable, a little more better pay in September, October, and that will be a long-term contract, at least a year. That's what I'm seeing. Good, good, good. Oh. Okay. Good. Yeah. Good. Yes, you will. You will, but it probably won't be till the end of the year, because the good contract isn't coming. The bigger money isn't coming until um, September, October. I hope that helps. Okay. So, Jean, hello, hello. Commercial space didn't work out. Jasmine, I'm getting about a kid. Do you have kids? I see a child. I don't know if it's yours or not. Are you in a partnership? Or are you getting okay, let me just tell you. I'm seeing a child. And when I see a child, it can mean either you have a kid, or kid's coming in your life, or it's your inner child. So I'm asking, there's a little girl. I see you playing with a little girl. And you look really happy. Hmm. So that's the only other thing that's coming up. I don't know if it's like you're going to meet someone who has a child and you're going to be partnered with them, or you're going to help somebody with their child. Oh, you are? You're working with kids. Oh, this is one kid in particular. Well, let's just see how that works out. I'm not getting any more details, but so to answer your question, what else you need to know? There's a little girl you're going to be playing with, and it could be your inner child, but I feel like it's a actual little girl that you're going to meet and you're going to have a relationship with in some capacity. So we'll see how that happens. Okay. So I'm going to go to Jean, and then I'll get back to you, Jasmine. So for Jean, let's see. I don't know why you want that commercial space. I'm a little befuddled by it. So maybe there's something else you need to define before you can get the commercial space. Something else of when you want it for, or why you want it, or, you know, there's something about it that isn't quite cooked. So I don't think that space was right, I guess. I'm just guessing. Well, and even if, I think you need to check in with yourself and see if you really, really want it. Yeah, there's something about it holding you back from finding the right one. So just give yourself some time to redefine your intentions with the space. Ishikasawa, yes. I was not always psychic in a way that I recognized. I developed it. And I teach other people how to develop it because I developed it, and I think everybody can do it. Um, and So I wasn't born. So in other words, I didn't recognize how my psychic ability worked until I started working on it and realized like some of the psychic experiences I had when I was younger that I didn't recognize. I mean, I think that's the case with most people. We don't recognize that we're actually we actually are having a psychic experience and not just a random thought coming in, that kind of thing. So once you start focusing on it and asking to develop it, then you'll get more and more information and more help and more recognition. But again, I teach, so I can teach you how to work with that if you'd like. I think that people who exaggerate, I think people who say they're born with it and they have all these psychic experiences, I think they're true, but I also think they're exaggerating, you know, to make it more dramatic than it is, because your psychic energy or intuition is very subtle. It's very quiet. It's not fireworks and big moments of visuals. Not at all. It's the quiet stuff. Okay. So, what do you see for a connection with I? What do I see? Jean, for Jean, may I ask what you see coming for my connection with I? And I better not be your ex. Is that your ex? Okay. So let's see. I see a friendship. Okay, good. I see you holding hands. I see you first like a friendship, like a shaking hands, and then it turns into holding hands. And then it turns into a real good, like linked arm in arm walking. It's interesting symbolism. I really like it. It feels really good, and you're laughing and walking, and it's a lovely, lovely connection, arm in arm, equal partners, equals. But I'm not seeing. I don't know if it's going to turn romantic or if it's going to stay more comfortable friends. So let me know where you are in that scenario right now. Are you already romantic? Are you already in the arm in arm phase? It does look like a very, oh, that's right. I remember now. He's sick. But I think that's coming. So keep, your connection. He has a lot of, he really likes you. I mean, he really likes you. So as long as you like him, there's no reason to stop the relationship. By Christmas time, you'll feel a lot more connected. So maybe he'll feel better by Christmas time. Yeah. Okay. So where am I? Let's see. Someone just called me an angel. Vigi? I think so. I think that's what Vigi Gondon. Um, nice to meet you. Thank you. Welcome. So, what would you like to know about your work? Okay, Jasmine, we'll do you after Vijay. Um, that's true, Jean. Thank you for adding that in about the gift. About the psychic gift. You cannot know the answer to everything in life. A lot of people misunderstand the gift itself. That's true. We're just given a little bit. We're just giving. And one of the ways to get more intuitively, what more to, um, you know, how to activate it more is by simply asking a lot of questions. By asking, what do I need to do today? What am I going to do today? How's this going to work out? What do I need to know about relationship? Just asking those questions of nobody in particular, not even doing a reading on it, not pulling tarot on it, just asking yourself those questions, the answers will start bubbling up. You'll start getting answers. It's crazy. Anyway, back to Vijay regarding your work. It's good. I need to kind of clear my energy. Sorry. It looks like you do a lot to help people. Either you're already doing it or you will do it. I'm seeing you service with a smile kind of thing, giving, just being a really good customer service person. Like you're giving people what they want, you're helping people with what they need. And it's a lot of work. You will never run out of jobs if you do that. Um, in other words, this is a lifetime commitment to helping people, and the rewards are great. I don't know what specific thing you have to ask. If you are, let me know if I'm on the right track as far as your work is of service to other people, please. So I don't go down some kind of wild track that is not even relevant to you right now. Maybe relevant to you in the future, but so I just need to make sure that I know what you're, if that's correct, that you work in. Oh, good. Sales. Excellent. That's so perfect. So I want you to, if you're unhappy where you're at, they're showing me that there's so many people that need you, that would value you, that you can help, that you look for another job. Like, don't even mess with it. Yes, true. So if you're not getting any support from other people, from your boss or, your support system, and jealous people can sabotage you, right? So go ahead and look for that other job. You're a valuable person, and know that any place would be happy to have you. Again, if you're not getting help from, your bosses, your supports, your manager, your human resources, whatever it is you'd go to, sometimes it's okay to leave. You have a really good future where you're going to get way more in life than you expect. But don't try to fight it. Instead, complain about it. If nothing's done, move on. Like, be that brutal about it. You're welcome. But you do have a big future. I mean, I saw you helping a lot of people. So there's a lot you could be doing. and other people will support you and protect you from coworkers or peers who are jealous. You don't need to deal with that. You're moving up. Good. You're welcome, Jean. You're so kind. Thank you for your time and insights. You're very welcome. I hope everything goes well and all the blessings for I and you together, because I think it's a really good relationship. And Jean also says some people get so mad if you can't tell them everything they want to know the answers to. Sounds like you've been doing psychic readings, Jean. Some things we just have to wait and see. This is correct. This is correct. So, Spirit doesn't want us to know everything. And even if you're psychic, they're not going to tell you everything, because that's like one of the biggest mistakes I made. Once I started channeling and finally got a handle on it and finally like, yeah, now I'm talking to my guides. I'm going to know everything. And then 2 months later, I was diagnosed with cancer, and I'm like, I didn't know that. Reggie, so glad you're here. I love hearing all this. I am not the angel. I'm going to tell you who is angels, though. Angels do incarnate on Earth, and they come in the form of cats, obviously. So, no matter how cantankerous your cat is, like mine, they are the true angels of the Earth, to my mind. That's just my belief. Yes, life is a mystery. Okay, so where are we at? What do I see for your projects going for work? What do I see for them? For Jasmine. So this is a job you already have for Jasmine. Mm-hmm. They're okay. I mean, I see two. I'm only seeing two. I don't know if that's how many projects that you have at your regular work. I see one is going to be completed soon, and the other one's going to be delayed. Do you like work from home, or you're very isolated? Oh, you're developing it. Vidgy, you're blessed. You're blessed by the stray cat visiting you. You're getting visits from angels. Okay. Yeah, because I see you being so isolated. And I think that, one project's going to be completed and you're going to be really happy about it. And the other one is going to be delayed. So I'm not sure how you interpret that. But what they're showing me is like you need to have community around you. You're a little stuck in your isolation, and they want you to circulate your energy. If that means like go to a coffee shop and or take walks, or try to find some people to connect with every once in a while, some kind of mutual interests. You really do need a little more life in your life, kind of thing. Yeah, go to the library, but also go somewhere else. So, do you know people at the library? Do you talk to people? Do you mix and mingle? Go someplace where you can have a conversation with people. That'll really help you. I hope that helps. If you need more suggestions, let me know. Just message me and I'll see what comes up. But for now, whatever your circumstances are, whatever your local circumstances are, if you can go someplace where you have a conversation with a stranger, that'll really help. Or get out in nature and go for a walk and maybe find a walking friend to walk with. Something like that. Just need to kind of move your energy out in the world. You're just a little too isolated. I see, Jean. So it's been this way since I was little, and my mother wanted me to be a fortune teller, and I refused. Well, she was right. You're still a fortune teller. You're just not a professional fortune teller, but you probably should be. I tell people here and there what I see for them, but I don't like connecting with strangers. I understand that. But it's awfully fun. I think it's worth it. Anyway. All right, we're going to wrap it up. So, any more questions before I go? I'm happy to help. I hope this was helpful. I thank you all so much for being here and asking the questions and hanging out with me. I'll be back next week at this time and the week after at this time. And they're already scheduled. So if you're subscribed, hit the little bell so you get notifications when I come on. And that is all. Anybody else before I go? So nice to be here. Also from South Africa. That's so cool. So nice to have you all here. And so for next week, basically doing the same thing. Messages, I use my intuition. Today I use my intuition and spirit guides. Spirit guides are a lot easier for me to work with because they are I don't have to read your energy when I work with spirit guides. I just talk to them and they give me the message. So it's easy. Anyway, love you all. Thanks so much. Thank you, Jean. Have a wonderful weekend and try to stay cool this week. Same to you and everybody else. Although I think it's winter in South Africa. So bundle up. Take care, everybody.